Welcome to part 2 of our Anxiety Coping Strategies series. I had to film this next piece in secret because many people with or without autism don't like being filmed. Silas is someone I have been supporting now for nearly 2 years, and he has come a long way on his journey of self-discovery in that time. I visited him at his place of work. I recorded this because the way Silas explains himself, I believe, is inspiring, and I think his words can help others going through the same struggle with anxiety. I want to make it clear at the start that I am very proud of Silas and the effort he himself made to get where he is today. He is a normal young person with autistic anxiety who did no more than try and keep trying. Yes, I was there to support him, but he put the work in himself. He kept taking it step by step until it became easier each day. Let us join him now as we sit outside in the garden he works in.
You know, the real world is going to be tough. I know even like when you're in school, like secondary school, normal school, it's difficult for people to leave and whatever, but for an autistic person it's very big. The world is like, oh my days, you're instantly in like it's like panic mode. Like you're like, oh, what do I do now? You know, I don't have help from the teachers. I have my family, but they've got life they've got to do, so I've got to kind of just do things. It's really like, it's hard. It just builds up. I can't explain the feeling of like when I left school, and I did have my college, but after even when I left college, I was so like, okay, this is happening now. Like I'm gonna have to find a job. I'm gonna have to like soon find a house and all of this stuff, and everything just plays into your head. Like it's really difficult. Like mentally, it's hard. And I think for a long time after I left like that college and had to go into the real world, I was in such an avoidance stage where I was like, do you know what, I'm just gonna stay at home. You know, my sister's there working, and you know, I'm gonna take my time looking for a job, because I was constantly on like avoid at any cost, and it didn't really help me. Like when I really think about it now, I was like, it didn't really help me. It just made life so much worse, just avoiding everything. And yeah, again, the minute my family started pushing me a little bit more and I found a job, I just found out that avoiding things just does not help. Like it really doesn't. Like now, if I avoid, like, say for example, like the bus, for example, I know the bus is going to be packed every single week. It's a horrible bus. I can't stand the bus. But if I keep avoiding it, things are never going to get better. So I might as well just be like, do you know what? I know it's busy, but I'm just going to go in and just deal with the uncomfortable, because, you know, and if I keep doing it, it's going to get better and better and better. I'm just instinctively just going to be like, whatever. Like now, I'm instinctively better to just going into the bus and just dealing with people. And that's, you know, and I've got to keep doing it. And I'm keep saying to myself, like the pub, you know, I hated the pub. I kept saying to my siblings, I don't want to go pub. I really don't want to. Like, I hate it. But then the minute I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go to the pub this time, and I'm going to go to the pub next time. And again, it's going to get better. I'm going to get used to it, and things are going to things are going to be fine. And the minute I started doing that, in these situations, and I started pushing myself, even though I didn't like it, I've become such a better person doing it. Like, again, going to the shop, you know. Last Christmas when I had to go into the supermarket, well, not supermarket, I had to go to one of the shops to get a gift card for my auntie. I was very nervous about that. I was very like, what am I going to say? Like, you know, what if it doesn't go the way that I plan? But the minute I kind of was like, do you know what, I'm just gonna go. Let's just see how it is, and then if worse comes to worse, if they don't have the gift card or whatever, I'll go to another store. It's fine, or I'll do it online. I went into the store. I was nervous. I said, can I have a gift card, please? They were like, yeah, sure. How much you want on it? 50 quid. They were like, brilliant. Which gift card do you want? I said, that one. And they said, do you want to put a message under it? I was like, no, I'm fine. Cool. Paid the card. They gave me the gift card and I left. And the minute I left, I was like, that wasn't bad. Like, what was I stressing about? Like, literally wasn't bad.
That was so funny. I remember you coming and talking to me about it, and then I remember you actually doing it, but you didn't do it straight away. You took a number of weeks before you did it, and then when you came back and told me that you did it, it was the funniest thing, really. The look on your face was like as if you climbed Mount Everest,
Yeah.
and it was like so nice to see. But you never. I remember asking you at the time what made you do it, but you never really told me what made you do it. What made you in the end go and do this thing? Because I remember telling you, because you buy things off the internet,
Yeah.
which I won't do. I'll go into a shop,
Yeah.
much easier and happier than I'll buy something off the internet. And I used to say, I can't imagine how you so freely buy things off the internet and then can't buy something from the shop. But what made you actually go to the shop in the end?
I think it was. One, I really wanted to get the gift card for my auntie, but obviously I could have got it online. So I think what made me do it is, in my head, I really was like saying, if I don't do it and if I get it online, I'm still going to have that feeling that, oh, I could have done it. I know that I could have done it. You know, I'll still have that feeling in my head. So I felt like the best way to just do it is just like force yourself, like walk, at least walk to the supermarket or walk to like
So you're saying you broke it down in steps?
yeah,
So
like
you're saying are you saying that you've decided that you were going to go to the shop and then if you couldn't do it, you weren't going to do it?
yeah.
Right. So you broke it down into steps.
Yeah, so I was gradually like, okay, I'm gonna start walking, let's see how I feel, and then gradually I'll have either two feelings. One, it will be avoiding, be like, oh, do you know what, it's just too much for me, I'll just get it online, but at least I walked. Or two, I'll just have the voice in my head that's be like, don't be an idiot, Sis, you know you can do it, you're very capable, just go into the shop, you know, you've been into shops before, you know how it works, you know what you're asking for, just go and do it. And if, you know, if worse comes to worse and they don't have the gift card or whatever, just do it online then. But at least you gave yourself a bit of, you know, at least you forced yourself, at least, okay, I wouldn't say forced, but you pushed yourself to like, I can do it.
Well, it sounds like you created a backup plan. So you said, well, I'm going to try, but if I feel like I can't, I don't have to.
Yeah.
And then that allowed you to keep taking the next step. So what made you come out of your room then? So you were avoiding everything. So what was the thing that in your head clicked to make you suddenly say, right, I'm not going to avoid anymore?
I think one was definitely my brother, just like, especially people in my life that was like, Silas, you are so capable. I am tired of seeing you like this. Stop being a wally and just push, just, you have to do it. And I think having people in my life just saying to myself, just push yourself, give it a go, and just, I don't know, because again, I had to have the energy, I guess, to like go to the interview. So I'm trying to think really. I think it was.
I think you're not thinking, and I think this is something you need to recognise, because yes, but people have always been telling you to get off your ass, but something clicked in you, something you decided to try, and you can't see it. And this is the thing with anxiety and other things that autistic people have, because you're born with it, you don't see it as anything different, so you do things without realising. But if you can recognise what it is, then you can use it to overcome other things you're not happy to do.
Yeah.
So, what do you think it was? Do you think you did the breaking down in steps again without realizing? Because I'm much older than you, and I, like I've just said to you, I can't think what I do now. But when I was your age, I used to do the things you're talking about now, and I only remember it because you're reminding me. But
I think what it was as well, knowing the fact that this job, I know my siblings wanted me to do it, but it was more of a thing of like, I'm going to be here for a few hours, I think that's what was in my head. I'm going to be here for a few hours, just see how it is. Because I remember when you definitely, like, you told me a lot of information, like, sometimes you're going to have to interact with the
clients,
and you're going to have to do this and do that. My head was definitely like, I felt so, like, it was a lot to take in. And I remember being home and calling my mum, and I was like, Mum, I don't know if I want to do this. Like, it's a lot. And you should have heard it. It was like, it was so, like, I was like, oh, Mum, I don't want to do this. It's too much. And then I kind of allowed myself to just be like, well, you never know. Like, you never know if it's going to be like the way you're thinking. It might be very different. Like, now it's very different to what you thought before. So I was like, do you know what? It is something that I enjoy. I do, I like...
Yeah, but you've gone off track a bit there. You were saying that it was lots of things to do, but we are now actually at your work, and you do a very good job, and nothing looks like it's too much.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about you interacting with the clients. So think back now to how you felt. Oh, it's too much. Is it too much? Or is it something you find easy to...
I think it's something I find easy. I think
you're right. I mean, you look much more at ease.
Yeah. I'm still a wally at some things, but...
Well, you're autistic, so
yeah.
you're always going to
I'm still going to have it.
Yeah.
But it's like now I'm able to just tell myself, I'm able to do it. I am able to do it.
I've always been able
to do it, but now I'm just kind of, allowing myself to just take a step back and just be like, okay, what do I need to do in this situation? If the bus is way too packed and it's a bit like, then I could easily, I could either take the train or I could either walk, or wait for another bus that might be a bit unpacked. There's always other solutions. But sometimes but now I'm able to be like, okay, well, I could do that way, but I want to get home and it doesn't look too bad, and I only have to deal with these people in the bus for like a few minutes. So I'm just gonna see it out, go on my phone if I have to, listen to some music.
So you're using coping strategies, and you're using tools and things to make you feel more comfortable.
Yeah. And just also saying to myself, it's like, you know what, it's life. There are going to be people on the bus, they probably, some of them probably feel the same as me. No one likes to be near each other, and on the train, no one likes it. But for me, because my sister, she says when she's on the train, she hates being in like a,
Most people do, so
yeah.
let's believe it or not. That's not just an autistic thing. We just, as autistic people, we find it a little bit more overwhelming.
Yeah.
But autism is just extreme human emotions most of the time. So, but really, the thing that you can do is find out what it is that makes you do that.
Yeah.
And if you can find that out and share that, you could help other people.
Yeah.
Because what are you, you're 25?
26.
26, that's right, you just had a birthday, didn't you? But you've been with us, what now, a year?
I feel like it's 2 years.
Is it?
I feel like it is.
Maybe it's a year and a half. You
Yeah,
sure it's 2
maybe.
years?
I think maybe a year and a half.
But you're not the same person that you turned up
Yeah.
And not just you is saying that, everyone around you saying that.
Yeah.
So what do you think? What do you think changed?
I think I always like to say people around me. I always like to say that because I like the fact that my brothers and my sisters, they kind of given me that freedom to be like, okay, we're going to take a step back, let you do what you have to do. So I feel like it's that. I also feel like it's people saying you can do it, just kind of push yourself. I feel like in some parts it was you, in some ways.
You had such determination, I mean, to try, and you kept coming back, which was something I was quite impressed with. And it took a little while for you to click, but when you clicked, you clicked. You should be proud of yourself for the way you've come.
Unfortunately, at this point, because this was unplanned, my phone's battery ran out, which was a shame because he went on to say some very useful stuff. I wanted to use this film anyway because I have supported thousands of people over the years, and I believe these words of experience will help anyone struggling with interacting with the outside world. Yes, it will be difficult at first, but it will get easier if you try, and keep trying. I of course spoke to Silas about this film and asked for his permission to use it, and he kindly said it was okay if I felt it would help others, which of course I do. I hope to encourage him to do more awareness videos in the future with ASD, as I think he has a unique way of seeing his autism and explaining how he overcomes it on a daily basis. Thank you for watching, and thank you, Silas, for sharing your experiences.